Greetings, ladies and gentlefish, and welcome to another pair of games in my first ever Tier 10. Hurrah! This is the M48A1 Patton, American Tier 10 medium tank. And generally speaking, a lot of people find this machine to be very mediocre, but, you know, it's my first Tier 10, so I kinda like it. And, you know, having played your way up the American medium tank line, it's kind of difficult to complain about it in a way, because it's not radically different from a lot of the other tanks in the line. You know, and I've certainly had fun playing it. Anyway, this game is mainly going to be showcasing the armour. So I'm moving up into a fairly aggressive position. Hello, Batchat. And we managed to trade shots, put one into each other. No, sorry, that wasn't a Batchat, that was an M46 Patton. That's a Batchat, who puts one shot into me, killing my loader. I put a shot into him, and then he bounces. I put my loader back in, and then he bounces again. Now, people say that the... oh, driver's down now. That's annoying, I've already used my med pack. People say the armour on the M48 Patton is not especially good. And, you know, they're not wrong, but I managed to bounce a couple of Batchat shots there, and so it was good enough to mean that that Batchat couldn't just clip me, which is nice. And the reason I'm being cautious here is, okay, yes, the Batchat's on his own, yes, the Batchat is reloading his magazine, but I didn't want to get nailed by a tank destroyer from in the background or something, but in the end I just popped round and put him out of his misery. Now, did lose a lot of health doing that, but net result, an M46 Patton, Tier 9, and a Batchat are both down, so that's not the worst trade in the world. My driver is dead, alas, so for this match I'm mainly going to be relegated to fire support, using this, you know, pretty respectable gun to put damage into the enemy team. And this gun, it's basically an American license-built version of the Royal Ordnance L7. You know, it's the Royal Ordnance 107mm gun in a variety of different forms, and there's kill number 2, that finds its way around a whole bunch of different Tier 9 and 10 medium tanks. So you have just under 270 pen, 268, 390 alpha damage. And the variety of other stats are more gun-dependent than they are shell-dependent, and it depends exactly on the nation that built it, etc. But, you know, it's that sort of gun. Anyway, so that's 2 kills. And so I guess as well as showcasing the armour of this machine, which is better than a lot of people would give it credit for, this game is also showcasing the gun. Because, you know, my driver's dead, so I'm kind of having to use this from range. And use it as a fire support platform. And I'd probably be doing that anyway, even if my driver weren't dead in this specific situation, but, you know, just gets the point home, and, oh, can't quite kill that E75, that was annoying. Shot missed. I mean, the main problem with this gun, in my opinion, is actually the kind of dubious accuracy. There we go, there's the kill. The aim time's alright. I think the aim time's 2 seconds, which is, you know, for a Tier 10 medium, it's about average. The, ooh, another bounce there, and that was a Borsig. The accuracy is 0.36, which is a little bit lackluster. The reload's also not the best, but I find the reload perfectly adequate. I don't have any massive problems with that. I really wish our heavy tanks would kind of get a little bit of a move on. Yes, there are a couple of tank destroyers in the background, but they're low health, and if you spot them, we'll kill them. Anyway, we're currently 7-2 up. It looks like we're probably going to have this game in the bag. And I know I'm a top tier tank, but there's no way I'm leading the charge anymore on 550 health and with my... Oh, hello, Mr. Waffle. Goodbye, Mr. Waffle. And with my driver bleeding from his face. Now, I might actually get a little bit bored of this at some point, and our Type 62 is going for it, and, you know, you need to back the guy up. He's grown balls. Ugh, that goes into the track by the look of it, frustratingly. but we need to give this guy a hand. It would just be so wrong if he were to just die without support for that action. Borsig tries to fire on the light tank, revealing his position in the process, and Borsig dies, T-34 dies. Bazinga. So we're 10-4 up. This game should be pretty much in the bag, just a case of getting some more damage in before the game ends. And so we're just going to go on the hunt. But of course, that unconscious driver is problematic. But there we go. Anyway, so the 3 remaining heavy tanks on the enemy team are all on the 1, 2 and 3 lines. And that leaves another Borsig and a GW Tiger. There's the artillery. One shot into him, and the Borsig's over on the 1 line as well. And the artillery is down, so that just leaves the 3 heavy tanks and the Rheinmetall. So I'm going to ponderously make my way over in that general direction. The E100 goes down. Just the 3 of them remain. There's an IS-7, there's the Carnarvon. Ooh, IS-7 is going for it. And here's one thing you do notice, comparing the M48 Patton to its predecessors. The M48 gets 9 degrees of gun depression, where tanks like the, well, where previously on this line, from tier 5 and above, the worst gun depression you have to deal with, bye-bye Mr. Carnarvon, is 10 degrees. At worst, whereas this is 9 degrees. It's still pretty good, but it's... you notice that loss of gun depression in places. Anyway, there we go. Not the world's best game, but a fairly solid game, a respectable amount of damage, 5 kills, you know. We were having to use it a bit as a fire support platform toward the end, but you got to get an idea of the gun performance, and I should point out, I think at this point I've got equipped the gun rammer, coated optics, and vertical stabilizer. You hopefully got an idea of the gun performance and the armor performance. Take a look at the post-battle results, and then we'll jump into game number 2. Greetings, ladies and gentlefish. Here we go with game number 2. Now, this game is really about a surprising result. I do not play well. I would like it on record. I just don't. We are here on Ensk. It's an encounter game, so Ensk is a very small, compact map and tends to favour close-range engagements. It can be a pretty brutal map. Pushing down the train tracks here, or through the field area on the right flanks, or the 7, 8, 9, 0 lines, is not a terrible idea. When you're on encounter, the problem is that there's enough crud between that and the cap circle in the town that you can actually be outcapped, even though it's encounter and the cap count goes up quite slowly. So we just decided to get rid of that house in the way, just so I've got clearer lines of fire down here, and I'm just trying to side scrape with this tank because the side armour, okay, it's not fantastic, but it's not completely awful for a medium tank. And the M48 Patton has rather chunky tracks. And I'm also side scraping out the correct direction, if you will. So you'll notice on the top of the turret there's a dirty great machine gun port. If you're side scraping out on the right hand side of a building, then people can hit that machine gun port, and that's quite weak. If you're side scraping out the way I am, though, you kind of cover up that machine gun. So it works to your favour. So most of us appear to be on the train tracks, well, on the field over here, and so we really do need to push. You know, or we're just going to get outcapped or something stupid. So let's go for it. There's a T-49. There's usually some tank destroyers at the back, but the enemy team only has 1 tank destroyer, and that's a... what is that? Object 704. And instead there's an E100 over there, so whatever. Okay, so found a T-49, there's a T-54. And hello, Mr. T-54. have 396 damage to your face. That shot goes into me, and that shot bounced. I don't really know how. Ooh, T-57. You can shoot through the trains at some points on this map. Another shot into the T-54. He appeared to damage our tracks there, so far I've taken one damaging shot from the T-54, and in return, I've left him a one-shot. My driver died. You may have noticed my driver died in the previous game as well, so the driver seems a little bit susceptible on this machine. And there we go, I killed the entirety of his tank. But oh god, there's a T-57 heavy behind me. Now, I don't really want to turn around to engage him because that T-49 will just pop round the corner and put a 152mm high explosive shell up my bum, which is not good. So instead I take the HE shell to the front. My shell, alas, just tracks him. I'm worried about going around that corner, even though I will easily beat his reload, and thankfully the guys behind me wreck the T-57 heavy. Bounce on that E100, that shot wasn't especially well aimed, I must confess. T-49 misses me, and that was a terribly aimed shot. I just don't know. Failed to hurt the T-49, and someone else picks up the kill. So there's a pair of heavy tanks over there, E100 and an IS-8, who currently appear to be, well, broadly speaking, on their own. And I engaged that T-54 well, but I did not engage the T-49 well at all. Anyway, you can shoot through walls, so I just aim third person at the side of the IS-8 and put a damaging shot into him. Looks like those two heavy tanks are going to be aiming over this way though, so I'm just going to poke out from the other side of the building, see if I can pull off the same trick, but can't get any damage on the IS-8 with that shot. And pick up the kill on the IS-8. Not for much damage, but kill's a kill. And then we have this E100. Damage his tracks. And there's artillery over here as well. No, that one doesn't go in. Didn't really let it aim fully, but the guy was going behind a building, so I didn't really have much time. Oh, terribly aimed shot there. I appear to have destroyed part of the building. A lot of these shots really aren't working. But pick up the kill on him anyway. Kill number 3. GW Tiger just gets bat-chatted. So we're currently winning this game 10 kills to 5. Basically the enemy looks like they've broadly speaking won the town, although we do still have some forces in the town, and we've won the train tracks, the open area. The enemy claw it back to 10-7. Make that 11-7. But we do have to give the remaining machines on the enemy team a little bit of respect. They're all dangerous, even the T-54, especially if he decides to spam heat ammunition. But we've got these guys encircled, so we should hopefully just be able to drive around them and mop them up. So far, I mean, I haven't played fantastically well. My gunnery has been rather dubious. I'm specifically not driving through the... Oh no, apparently I am. I was going to say I'm specifically not driving through the capture circle because then the enemy will know someone's here, but it would appear that indeed I am doing that, trying to get a shot on this T-54, which I managed to do and pick up kill number 4. 3 of them left. Object 704. Damage him, track him, leave him on 17 health. And kill him, and that's the game. Now, I didn't actually play particularly well in my opinion. There were some engagements I did very poorly there, and my gunnery was rather dubious in many places, but 5 kills, less than 3,000 damage though, so I wasn't expecting anything special, and then this ended up being first class mastery, which I really wasn't expecting. So, I don't know. The game decided I should get XP, I'm not really sure why. I'm not going to complain, but I thought it was a little bit weird. Anyway, have a look at the post-battle results. I hope you enjoyed that pair of games. If you did, please feel free to catch some of my other videos and or subscribe to my channel, and I wish you very happy hunting on that battlefield. Ciao ciao.